A pleasure to meet all at last, and welcome back once again to HJN Season 4, where we are going to, in fact, talk about something different. This is number 2557, and it specifically focuses on subways. Now, keep in mind, there's plenty of ways that I could go around with this. But the most obvious thing that we could talk about in relation to the term subway is the underground transit system. After all, this was way before the subway that has been well known in the fast food industry. Anyways, subways, or rapid transit systems as they're also called, first started as far back in the countries of both the United Kingdom as well as France between the 1860s and the 1900s, eventually shifting towards the States in New York City. And by 1904, New York City's first ever underground subway system was put into full motion. Alongside the regular railroads that ran above ground, subways, to this very day, still do operate in a majority of larger cities, typically catering to large amounts of passengers that hope to avoid the streets. They're typically run on electricity, mostly for the fact that smoke inside tunnels would be a pretty bad choice, especially to those whom could be waiting on platforms for many minutes, even hours on end. So of course, electricity was the main way to go, especially with the usage of the third rail track system. But of course, we know that subways, apart from the rapid transit variety, also correlate to a certain term regarding the fast food industry: Subway sandwiches. The name itself was first known not by Subway, but as far back as the 1950s with the name Pete's Super Submarines. Yeah, that's pretty much what it was. After all, Peter Buck went as far as to call the shop itself Pete's Super Submarines before eventually, by the 1970s, came around to the term Subway. After all, submarine sandwiches were quite popular, and even to this day, they are still impressively well made. Well able to carry around, much like even your old regular sandwich with 2 regular slices of bread. But of course, we know that regardless of both of these variations of subways, they both tend to work quite well in harmony. I mean, the one thing that I feel like is missing at this point is a true commercial featuring both subways. Yeah, take your Subway sandwich to an actual Subway and see what happens. Make that into the next commercial, and maybe all the BS that's gone around about Mr. Fogel will hopefully have been forgotten about. So, yeah, good idea to throw out there. Anyways, though, that's it for me on this part. I'm going to have to move on to the next subject, because talking about subways is not making me want to crave an actual Subway or whatnot. Just total mix-ups here. I'll see you guys tomorrow, though, with more HGN content. And as always, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, follow me wherever you can find me, and stay on the Hollywood side for more.